Hello everybody, Joe Wirbick coming at you. Today we are going to talk about how you can protect your money from lawsuits. Now I know typically on this channel we talk about markets, we talk about the economy, we talk about taxes, but I need you to also protect your money from somebody else suing you and taking it from you. So we're going to cover some basics, some areas that you need to think about because these are not areas that most of us concern ourselves with. And let's start off with your car insurance. I know it doesn't sound like something I would normally talk about, but car insurance is very important. And I see the ads on TV all day, every day saying, buy the cheapest, buy the lowest. Look, if you have any assets at all, if you've done well, if you've saved and you've put money away, I don't care if it's in an IRA, I don't care if it's in a checking account. If you have money and you drive a car, you need to make sure that you don't get sued and someone takes that money from you. So I need you to get out your declaration pages. I need you to get out the pages that you have from your car insurance and look over them. One of the first areas is your liability. What levels of liability do you currently have on your car insurance? What I see most is 100/300. What does that mean? That means that the first number, the 100, is 100,000. That means if you were to cause an accident, you were to crash into somebody and cause somebody to be hurt, or you were hurt and you went to the hospital, that would cover $100,000 per person involved in that accident. The second number, the 300, that means $300,000 total for the accident. So you might see 50/100 or 100/300 or 10/50. It depends on how much you have, but they're by the thousands, okay? What I want you to do, you should maximize that. If you have any assets at all, if you've saved, if you've invested, if you have money, you need to get your liability protection up to the maximum. Typically what I see to go from 100/300 to 250/500 is about a $50 a year increase. That's it. It's not that expensive, but my goodness, it can protect so much more of your money. Now, if you're young, you have no money, you haven't saved anything, maybe you don't need to bump it up to 250/500, but please, I want you to understand that if you cause an accident and you don't have enough money to pay for that accident, they could garnish your wages going forward. So I don't want you, if you can possibly at all, do not go with the state minimums. Get at least 100/300 if you have no money. If you have money, if you've worked, if you saved, you want to cap that out at 250/500. Call your auto insurance agent, get this done. So what if the injuries really add up? What if there's 4 or 5 people involved and it exceeds $250,000 per person or $500,000 at the accident? Then what do? Then you want to add what we call an umbrella, okay? They call it an umbrella because it goes up to that limit and then goes beyond. So if you had 250/500, which would be $250,000 per person, $500,000 for an accident, and it exceeded those amounts and you owned an umbrella policy, you could get $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in additional coverage with the umbrella policy. And that umbrella policy covers you, everybody in your household, all your automobiles, and your properties. So it's an umbrella policy because it covers everything that you have above your normal liability limits. Now, what I've seen in Pennsylvania, for about $120 to $150, you can get a $1 million umbrella policy. Now, again, it's going to depend on how many people in your house, which state you live in, but this is very important to protect your assets from lawsuits that you have this type of liability coverage. So maximize the 250/500, throw in the $1 million umbrella policy, and one more area you need to check, and that is uninsured and underinsured. That means somebody hits you, they cause the accident, okay? You go to the hospital, you're all banged up, you have a lot of medical bills, you go to sue them and they have the state minimums. They don't have much coverage at all. And let's say they don't have any other money. So you could sue them and you're not going to get anything from it. That's when the uninsured and the underinsured comes into play. And you want to maximize that as well, because there are a lot of people out there driving today that either don't have insurance or have very little insurance, and you don't want them hitting you and hurting you and then you having to pay out of your own pocket. So to recap, what do we want? We want to get the liability limits up to $250/500. We want to get the umbrella policy. Start at $1 million. Throw the umbrella policy and then make sure you add in there the uninsured and underinsured and cap that out. This is going to protect you if you cause an accident or someone runs into you, if you hurt somebody or you are hurt. It's going to protect your money no matter what happens. You need to have this looked at. So call your auto insurance, call your homeowner's insurance person and say, I want to maximize my liability protection. I want to get my uninsured, underinsured, so that your money is not taken away from you by a simple mistake. I hope this was helpful. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you next time.